Good morning, guys. Welcome to TM6 Adventures. Lisa here. Hey, look, today I'm going to show you some super cool, easy, healthy ways to use your Thermomix. So if you are new here, welcome. My name is Lisa Keegan. Please hit the subscribe button or like or engage in this somehow so that whichever media you are on watching this, they know to show you future videos, right? Today we're going to talk about what might be coming next to the TM6. Okay, now I can only guess and assume, but we just a little while back had the chopping mode added to the TM6. And if I swipe sideways, somewhere along here, and you may have a different layout on your screen, I play with mine occasionally when I do my demos, but we've got this cool chopping function. Now in your basic cookbook, there is a page or two on how to chop. So they've taken that page or two and they've put it into guided recipes, which I love. For those of you who've been on the Thermomix journey for a long time, you probably already know how to chop. You know how to do a quick salad on speed 5. And some of you guys have watched my videos from when we traveled in the caravan and I did a specific couple of week series on what a speed 10 did, what a speed 9 did, what a speed 8 did, you know, and what we wanted if we chopped cheese or if we chopped grated chocolate, like those sorts of things. So I went through that. Look, check out those videos. If you're over on YouTube particularly, look up the videos. You'll find the chopping series there, okay? But that was pre to us having this awesome integration of modes where they actually, when you click on something, you go, apple, I want to cut my apple today. And it says how much. Is it 100 to 300 or is it 350 to 600? And you can see across the bottom of the screen, it comes up with the scales, so you can push the scales and they'll come up with that measurement. And then you've got the speed. It says 2 to 3 seconds, speed 4.5, set. And when I push set, of course, it comes over here and populates it. Like, it's genius. Like, the Germans who create the Thermomix are absolutely genius. Like, they come up with these things and they're so incredibly helpful. So I wonder what will be next. I know years ago, rumors were a whipping feature. We've had this model for a little while now. We haven't seen that, but it wouldn't surprise me, right? Because the machine can actually sense that friction in the bowl when we've got things like thickening mode. So I guess if you're whipping a cream up, you know, to actually sense how thick it is not unheard of. So anyway, but I'm wondering if maybe the next thing could be a steaming mode. I would love to see a steaming mode on the Thermomix. If you've got suggestions on what you'd love, not that I've got any say in it, but let us know below. Maybe you've got better ideas of what might be next. I also would love, this is a little out there, and maybe it's from like the Jetsons years ago, but you know, like the steps that drop ingredients in. Can we have like little mechanical steps that drop everything in so that we just load them up, walk away? But anyway, I don't know what they've got in store, but I'm going to show you how to steam today manually. And I can't wait till one day, like never say never in the world of Thermomix. That's what I've learned the last like 10 and a half years, is never say never. So today I'm going to show you how to steam. We're going to start with the kettle mode. So we're actually going to close this off. Come back here. Pushing the house key will always take you back home. I need some water for steaming. That's what's going to create the steam. If you've got, and I'm not weighing this, okay, I'm bringing it up to pretty much the bottom of the little circle cog on the top of the blades, okay? What was I going to say? If you've got something underneath, so I'm using kettle mode. If you have a TM 31 or a TM5, you're going to put yours on Varoma. Yes, speed 1, Varoma. Yours will take a little bit longer. It does heat a little slower, but that's okay, all right? So we're just going to bring this up to boiling so that we can then steam. And today we're going to steam some veggies and some eggs. Okay, I'm on a bit of a health kick for 8 weeks, so some of the food I show you on the videos in the next 8 weeks I won't be eating, but this is going to be my lunch in a moment. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to serve, and I'm just going to make lunch for me. Okay, so I'm serving one today. Sometimes I've heard over the years that people say, oh, Thermomix, you know, it's for large families and stuff. No. I have a lot of you guys watching who are you or you and another half, you know, another person. and sometimes, yes, sometimes there's busy families too, but for a lot of you guys, there's the two of you. And I love that we can change portion sizes and stuff. I showed a video on that last week, so do check that out on the Thermomix. So you can see straight away that temperature is starting to rise. It's 37, a bit like you'd expect on your kettle. You may not see the temperature rising on your kettle, but you push the button and off it goes. It is handy when we were camping not to take a kettle with us. We could use this to boil water for pasta, boil water for cup of teas and those sorts of things. So it is a really handy thing to have it inbuilt. And predominantly I do use it for cleaning. Now I will try and link a video up in the corner. Okay, I'm not great at remembering to link them, but I'm going to try, on how to actually use, how to clean a burnt bowl. So that's what I'll link the video for, because kettle mode is how I clean a burnt bowl. If you've got a TM31, TM5, of course, you can do it using Varoma. Again, just a slightly longer process. Hello, Kelly. Thanks for saying hi and lovely to see you on. So it's coming up now, 70 degrees already. Now I'm going to start loading up my veggies today into my Varoma. Now I'm not doing your typical night veggies where, you know, for our family it would be potato, sweet potato, carrot, you know, corn. We always steam corn because it never comes out dry. You know how sometimes you put it in the oven in the husk and when you get it out it's gone dry and nearly the kernels look like they're about to pop. When you steam it in the Varoma, you don't ever have that problem, or it might even be smaller bits where you can put them in the simmering basket. And today I'm not using the simmering basket, but if you're just doing small portions, the simmering basket is amazing and it pops inside, okay? By the way, what I was going to say at the beginning and I got distracted, this water, it could be pumpkin soup, chicken soup, tomato soup. It doesn't have to be water. Obviously, you would have more portion in there. If you are making this soup, it would probably be a litre you'd be making. But like today, I'm doing really simple, quick. I'm literally going to eat this in 20 minutes, but like, not even 20 minutes. This will be done as soon as this gets to the boil in 6 minutes, okay? That's how quick this is. Hello, Linda. Lovely to see you on today. So you can see, look at the steam coming out. Little tip, measuring cup. I'm going to do a whole video series on the measuring cup soon. Oh, not a video series, just a short video actually. not a series. But wherever you point the spout on your measuring cup is the way the steam goes. So you can see mine is pointing out from my cupboard so that that steam actually tracks out. So this itself is not getting steamy at all. It is passing up the front. Just in case you didn't know that, the TM6 measuring cup is amazing. Guess what? It's boiling. So if you really wanted to layer this up lots, or maybe you just want to make a really small serve, or you're not going to do like I am, and I'm going to do an egg in a moment, you could use the simmering basket. So you could load in your broccoli. I'm doing snow peas and cabbage into here and steam in here, but I'm going to use the Varoma because I want to put an egg on top. So I'm going to do it a little different. We're going to push the home key, get out of that. You'll notice the lights are red. That tells us it's nice and pipey hot. So Varoma on top. In the bottom, I am putting my chopped veggies. So I've got from the garden some very needing to be used broccolini. Okay, it has done abundantly well this year. I'm going to put in some snow peas that came in, literally this morning from the garden. And I'm going to put in half of a, wait for the camera. Somehow, I don't know if I showed you guys, the other day I did sauerkraut with our homemade, I can't remember if I filmed it or not. Anyway, one got forgot. The reason it got forgot, it was half size. Or was this even half? I don't know if we can call it half size. So yes, it got forgotten. So I've sliced up half of it. I'll save the other half for tomorrow. Now today I'm just salting, peppering it, but you can of course put some butter on it or some oil or some seasonings, whatever your preference is, whatever you would normally choose. So salt and pepper. Okay. And then I'm going to add, where's my salt? Here it is. Then I'm going to add my tray. Now, often our tray is actually used for protein. And usually the reason being, most commonly, is that you've got your more starchy, chunky veggies underneath and they need longer. So if I'm layering up carrots, sweet potato, and potato, they're going to steam for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And then I'm going to put like my salmon on top and it's going to steam for, I think it's 8 minutes. Like it's super fast. So if you did it all in one go, or you did it the other way around, it's a bit tricky. This is easier to remove out if this is already, sorry, other way around. This is easier to take off if this needs to cook longer. All right, tray in today. Okay, this is the trick to today. We are going to do some eggs. Okay, now I have got wet baking paper, so I've scrunched it under the water. Literally, that's what I did. And I'm going to layer it in the top. Now this, you can put lots in here. I'm only going to put 2 eggs in here today. Check out my eggs. My chickens have been laying for a little while now. Check out that color. I don't know if you guys can see, but that's a super olive egg. It looks very gray under the light, and that one's a super red from my chickens. So I'm going to crack these onto here, but from experience, I know that it spreads further. All right. I love this method of cooking, by the way, because you're not cooking with fats. It's so incredibly healthy. It retains all that nutrients. It's just so good. All right, what I'm doing is I've just got silicone egg rings. Now I could crack into these on this, but mine is so small that my eggs are going to fill them so much that it's going to take longer than the 6 minutes to cook. Does that make sense? Because you've got it taller in there. So I'm actually not going to use the egg rings as egg rings today. I'm actually using them as a barrier to keep my egg mix in the other end, so that I now have this half side. You can see the line here where my eggs can't go any further. All right, that is purely what I'm doing. I'm making, now if you're cracking 4 eggs into here, you do not need a barrier. 4 eggs fits perfectly, and then you just literally slice up cut between them all like a pizza, and you're good to go. But doing 2, it's just going to take up too much capacity. I'm losing a bit of temperature here because I'm talking too much. So I'm actually going to get this cracking now. So I'm going to put this on for 6 minutes. I'm going to put this on Varoma. Okay, so Varoma for our TM6 is all the way around past 120 and all the way up. And then I'm going to put it on speed 2. So now I'm going to grab my eggs. And usually I'd actually crack my eggs. I don't know if you guys remember my tip, but on the front there, can't get to it for the moment. That's okay. Side of the bench it will do. And let's put these in. So there's one. Depending on your freshness of eggs will depend on how watery they are as well, which then, you know, that's going to either spread more or not spread as far. So baking paper, you have to put the baking paper on, because otherwise, where's your eggs going to end up? They're going to end up underneath. So just grab that piece of shell. That's it, right? Lid on. And literally now leave it for 6 minutes. Now I am mindful, mine's dropped down to 90. I might actually just give it that additional minute. Yeah, that's about it. That's that extra minute, just because that temperature dropped. Your real life kitchen, you would have got it to the boil, had your Varoma loaded, cracked your eggs in, and you would have been straight onto it, and you don't need, you know, it would have been fine. Now, these are a little bit different. Oh, I forgot to salt and pepper my egg. That's okay. I do normally salt and pepper my egg. I'll do it on the plate. That's not a problem. You'll notice with the texture of these eggs, there's no oil, so they are so incredibly fresh. You will notice that if that it's a soft yolk, if you want a firm yolk, cook it for an extra 1.5 minutes, okay? That will get you a firm yolk. If you want to do a guided recipe, maybe you are scared by the fact that I've just shown you how to manually use your TM6. I'm hoping this gives you confidence, okay? I'm hoping this doesn't make you scared. But I hope if you do feel the need to follow a guided recipe, there is one on Cookie Doo called steamed eggs or steamed sunny side up eggs or something like that. And they literally, that's all they cook. Oh, I think that's all they cook. It's been a long time since I've done them. But a great recipe, and even recipes you will find this in. There is a nasi goreng that actually does the rice underneath, the veggies underneath, and you've got the eggs on top. Okay, so there's recipes there that you can go follow guided if you feel the need to. But I'm hoping today's video shows you how simple it is to use this Varoma. Because I know a lot of you guys may have come from our TM31 or TM5 days, or maybe even a TM6, but you've never used it or you've never seen it used. And if you've never seen it in use, it's like, what am I doing with this thing? So hopefully today, this gives you the confidence. Before we go, should I share a story? When I first got my TM31, 10.5 years ago, I didn't know how to use my Varoma. The first time I went to steam chicken on it, I tried to steam it on the tray. What do you mean, Lisa, you tried to steam it on the tray? Well, this bottom bit, I didn't put it in place. The bottom, the Thermomix base, Varoma base. I put that tray on top instead. And guess what? The chicken didn't cook at all. Even with the lid on, it didn't cook. It didn't have the funnel in place, that base bit to rise it up. And that's actually why I'm super, passionate about making sure you get the most out of all of your Thermomix. And you've got something to watch, and if you've got questions, reach out. And if it's been sitting in the back of the cupboard, reach out. For those of you who've subscribed actually as a member over on TMX Adventures onto that mailing list, you actually get a Varoma cheat sheet. And it comes about the 3rd or 4th email from me. They're spaced out over a week or so. And you can, download that. And it's got my favorite Varoma recipes on it. I think it's even got video links to it, to like those videos where I've jumped on here and I've shown you how to use it. So if this thing sits in your cupboard and you're just not quite sure what to do with it, take a moment, okay? One night, sit in bed, start watching the videos, okay? Go to my YouTube channel where you'll find 562 videos, I think we're up to. Go over there and find those ones. Just look for TM6 Adventures, go Varoma, and see what you can find. You know, some of you have heard about the whole chook before. It's phenomenal, but I also know that's not everybody's cup of tea. You know, corned beef in there. This is without the tray. Another amazing recipe to do. And, you know, even at the basics of it, your meat and 3 veg, okay? I've done, not recently, but steamed sausages on top, veggies underneath, rice in a simmering basket, liquid underneath that you turn into a gravy, and it all comes together in one meal. So if you are looking to batch cook, well, let's be real, it doesn't batch cook enough for us these days, okay? I've got 5 people I serve, man-size serves too. But for most of you guys, and I know most of you guys are 1 or 2, you know, that was enough. Then you can put away, put some rice in a dish with the meat and veg and the sauce over the top, put in the freezer and reheat when you're ready. So, and also this steam, talking about reheating with steam is phenomenal. If we've ever got leftover risotto, it goes, now it's in a Pyrex dish, a glass Pyrex dish, and we actually put it in here over water, and the water is reheating it exactly as we are today. Okay, a little bit more water because it takes closer to 20 minutes, half an hour, as opposed to this just taking 6 to 7 minutes. So you do need more water because the water will evaporate out, or evaporate at the top, not at the bottom. But a beautiful way to reheat where you're not then, you know, you're not having to use your microwave. You can sometimes multitask. You can put your soup underneath while you reheat the risotto on top, things like that. So it becomes really then environmentally, you know, sustainable and friendly to be able to do it because you're doing 2 things in one, serving yourself. So we have 1 minute to go. So I'm just going to hang around with you guys for 1 minute. Thanks to those of you who said hi, by the way. It's lovely to see you guys on and watching these videos, and those of you watching on replay as well. And I am here to help you get more out of your Thermomix. So don't ever feel like you can't reach out with a question or something you're not sure about, or something you're converting that, again, you're not sure about. Don't be a stranger, all right? Because I do love to hear from you. Hello, Annette. Lovely to have you on today as well. We are just doing eggs and veggies, and we're just about to finish. I'm going to show you what these look like and see what these eggs look like. I've got to say, it's always a bit of a mystery under the black lid to see if they're cooked. The TM31 had a clear lid in it, and you could actually see through, and you got a bit of an idea through the condensation on the lid as to what was happening under there. But it's going to be a bit of a surprise. Lift the lid and see if we're cooked or if we need a little bit longer. So 40 seconds to go, and we did extend it by another minute. So this is actually a 7-minute cook time for that egg. The veggies will be easily done. That won't be an issue at all, but it's this egg that we want to get done. Okay, so 20 seconds. I so want to lift the lid. Does anyone else have that, like, oh, I mean, you guys in your kitchen though, let's be real, you run off, you do other things, yeah? So when your egg is cooking, you're off doing other things. Just a note though, don't leave, if this dingles, don't go finish the washing for the next 5-10 minutes, because the steam is still being created on that natural leftover residue of heat, and it will continue to cook your eggs and veggies, okay? So just a little note, when it does sing to you, it does want you to come back. All right, moment of truth. Let's see how we go. So always open your Varoma away from you. Can you see them? They are cooked. Oh my goodness. I love it. Oh, I won't crack one open because I want to get them on a plate, and I'll do that off camera because pretty pictures not come naturally to me. I've got to take a moment on those, but let me have a look underneath. And look at that. Perfect. Oh, hang on. Camera's foggy. Give it a second. Come on. Can you see? Perfect. I'm really happy with that. So that is how easy it is to do some quick steamed veggies in your Thermomix. Okay, do bring your water to the boil. If you are in a hurry, you can put it on for an extra 2 minutes and let it come to the boil as part of that cook process. It is better for the nutrients in food to be cooked from boiling water already, if that makes sense. It's a bit like your pasta. You can cook you can cook pasta in water coming to the boil, but you lose a bit of quality in it. Same with our veggies. We can cook it while the water's coming to the boil, but you do lose a bit of nutrient in that process. But otherwise, That's it from me today. I'm so excited to have my lunch. And I hope you found this of value. I hope you feel confident now using your Varoma. And as I said, if you're doing your bigger veggies, yes, 20 minutes, dice them up in here. And I would just add the egg at the last 7 minutes if you're doing an egg with dinner, yeah? So otherwise, that's it from me today. Please let me know if I can support you with anything with your Thermomix. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.